This is a non-partisan channel dedicated to all seekers of truth in public affairs domain, because ignorance is the mother of opposition. Now today, we want to discuss the 2021 defeat of NATO in Afghanistan. Yes, you heard me. I mean the defeat of NATO in Afghanistan. Who takes the blame? Trump or Biden? NATO soldiers and or servicemen from Germany, France, Canada, Britain, and the United States, to name but a few military superpowers, were involved in the war in Afghanistan for the past 20 years. They have collectively lost to a powerful terrorist group known and called the Taliban. Make no mistake, it was not only the United States of America that was defeated under the leadership of our former President Donald Trump and his Secretary of State Mike Pompeo when they signed the Doha Surrender Agreement with the Taliban in February 2020. The defeat of NATO, therefore, by the Taliban in Afghanistan should not surprise anybody. The first major signal of defeat was the unilateral withdrawal of the United States of America from NATO by Donald Trump, when he knew that the Afghanistan war was directly or indirectly NATO's baby. NATO went into the war collectively. What affects one affects all in 2001 and came out defeated in 2021. That is the verdict of history. Donald Trump and Mike Pompeo have both shamelessly condemned President Biden's withdrawal from Afghanistan, though at a slower pace than Trump had wanted by his order on May 1st, 2021, without the input of any NATO member or any official of the Afghanistan government, because he alone can solve all problems. This is the kernel, this is the apex of the issue. True, the reorganized chaotic exit from Kabul, thanks to Biden's ability to listen, has been deadly, unavoidably foreseeable, even though Trump and Pompeo have set the ball rolling if we can set aside partisan cover-up and sentiments. Facing the truth squarely, Biden accomplished exactly what Trump had tried to do in a haste and in a more inhumane approach, with a greater disaster and deaths. Since the United States of America have signed an agreement with another authority with the same status and sovereign authority known as the Taliban. For all those unreasonable politicians who are looking for somebody to blame for finally leaving Afghanistan in disgrace, President Biden, who ended the war, must be the target in the name of some dirty partisan politics. Democrats who join this group out of their minds with the label of democratic Confucianists. With a clear-headed thinking, you can see the difference between what Trump and Pompeo wanted to do and what Biden had done. Trump wanted to withdraw quickly with no regards for Afghan citizens who had worked with the United States and NATO for the past 20 years. This is clear because the Doha Surrender Agreement Trump and Pompeo signed with the terrorist group did not provide for the safe exit of all those who were America's friends in Afghanistan or who faced mass execution from the Taliban. This was in keeping with his immigration policy, as he did not want civilian immigrants from Afghanistan under any circumstances. Trump's hidden agenda, which is an open secret. Thanks goodness that although Trump and Pompeo have taken their ineffective shot at Biden, some of those who were to implement Trump's planned withdrawal are praising Biden to high heavens for finishing a job they say Trump started. William Ruger, retired Colonel Douglas MacGregor, who are men of very high integrity, have spoken. Trump's desire to withdraw U.S. forces from Afghanistan became an obsession. We are all used to Trump's 30,573 misleading lies in 4 years while he was president, thanks to Glenn Kessler of Washington Post. There can be no difference for Trump in this Afghanistan saga. Therefore, when Trump told his supporters in an August 22nd statement that President Biden gave, quote, enemies all around the world a great and lasting victory, when he expectedly and inexplicably removed our great soldiers from Afghanistan before taking out our U.S. citizens and allies, along with abandoning many billions of dollars of highest grade military equipment, quote close, he lied. Although those words normally are not from Trump's vocabulary. There is now nowhere Trump had any plan to do anything differently. Remember that back in April of 2021, Trump's biggest criticism of Biden was that he wasn't acting fast enough and sticking with his May 1st, 2021 deadline that Trump had negotiated with the Taliban, an enemy at war. Trump had, by implication, recognized as a sovereign authority the Taliban, since no Afghan government official was present, nor was any NATO allies involved. Biden had evacuated more than 100,000 Afghans who were very vulnerable to the Taliban. Let us all ignore Trump, for everything that comes his way is meant to fire up his base in falsehood. Trump never wanted to elite the Afghans, who he labeled as terrorists, into neighborhood around the world. For all those who think Biden's approval rating should drop because of Afghanistan's withdrawal, should rethink. since it could never have been better, but worse, if a lying tongue was still in charge. But that is our opinion, and we will continue to review and give an unbiased comments, because we are not for any political party. See you at the next video. Thank you.